kitchen. I'm getting ready to make my meal. I am a Pitta dosha, and one of the recommended vegetables was the sweet potato. So I'm going to use sweet potatoes and I'm going to roast them. I'm going to use olive oil because that was one of the favored oils for the Pitta dosha. I'm going to put some raisins in there for sweetness, as grapes were one of the preferred fruits in sweetness. So I got some raisins for that. I'm also going to add in some onion. And then I'm going to use the spices that we had in class. And in here is some cayenne pepper, so that will cover the pungent taste. And there's also cumin and fenugreek seeds, and that covers the pungent, bitter, astringent tastes. And I'm going to add some cinnamon, and that also has a bit of sweet in it. So altogether I'm covering the 6 different tastes with the recommended vegetables, fruits, and oils for the Pitta dosha. I've chopped up all my sweet potatoes, and there's some onions, and you can see the raisins in there as well. I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil on. And that should be good. Then I have the spices up here, and this is the cumin with the cayenne pepper, and the fenugreek seed. I'll sprinkle a bit of that on. There we go. And some cinnamon here. And then a bit of salt. Garlic salt here that I'm using. I'm also making some brown rice to go along with this, and rice is one of the preferred grains for the Pitta dosha. And I have my oven set to about 400, and I'm going to put these in and they'll roast for about 30 to 40 minutes. The potatoes are all done, so here they are coming out of the oven. The rice is all finished, so once these cool, I'm gonna have mine. Here's my meal. It's all done. There's the potatoes in there with the onions and the raisins. I can smell the spices. It smells really good. And then there's the rice, the brown rice, down at the bottom there. So I want to talk just a little bit about my dosha. So I'm primarily a Pitta dosha. So I'm cheerful, I'm social, I get along really well with people, but I can also be short-tempered sometimes, which is something that I'm not sure I fully identify with, but it's definitely a part of me. Then behind that, I'm next most closely Vata, so I'm active, I'm like running around, I'm really energetic. Sometimes that can cause like a lack of focus, which I do identify with, but I do sleep well. I try to eat pretty consistently. One thing that the Pitta dosha talks about or mentioned when I was looking at it was that like skipping meals can be really difficult for a Pitta dosha, which definitely is me. If I skip a meal, I can be really like irritable and unhappy. Then the one that I was least the closest was the Kapha. That would be like my common composed side. And if I'm like angry or I make a judgment, it can stick sometimes, and that comes and goes. I think that makes the most sense that I'm the least affiliated with that dosha. I feel pretty confident in how I relate to each of the 3 doshas. I think Pitta does pretty much describe me, but I also definitely identify with the Vata dosha.